Cheers, peeps. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. I've got an Aussie classic in the craft world here. So Status Quo Pale Ale by Mountain Culture. It's one of probably the best core range beer you can get on the market. And we have like a voting thing. It's called Gab's Top 100 Beers. And this beer got rated #1. It's pretty much for beers that are craft but easily accessible. And yeah, the last few years, Mountain Culture haven't been in it. So like it's always been other breweries, but the first year they entered, they got #1. So it was pretty cool. And it's definitely a go-to as far as like a crusher goes. I've already poured it in the glass. Definitely looks washed out, but yeah, in real life, it's more of a bright orange, like a light orange, if anything. So yeah, let's go a little sniff. It's a little bit of passion fruit. Maybe some orange and grapefruit, maybe a little hint of lemon. There's a touch of pine. I love like when you get these like hazies and they have like a little bit of like pininess and like bitterness. And yeah, I have had this beer before, but I thought I've got to put it up on YouTube, let's be honest. It's a little bit dank and grassy. Just on appearance, like, yeah, you'd say probably light to medium body. Yeah, as I said, like bright orange. Definitely doesn't look like it in the camera. We're going in. Cheers. Yeah, it's definitely like piney and grassy, which I love. Like it just looks like your new school hazy type pale ale, but it has like that slight West Coast sort of touch with the pininess and the bitterness. And yeah, I've got like proper glassware, headwear. The actual hat was given to me by the head brewer back when they were starting out. It's just cool. Like, I mean, it's so worn out. It's like so dirty, but it's just cool to hold on to it. Because yeah, DJ, like his head brewer, owner, and like the business has just flourished since like I sort of first got into him. There's like a touch of berry in there. Definitely like it's not sweet. It's sort of like a slightly pithy citrus. It's very sort of soft mouthfeel. Very easy to drink. I mean, you can tell by it how much I've had so far. But yeah, is this one of those beers? Like a lot of the stuff I've done on the channel's been hype, and I thought, to me, this is like a hype core range beer that's like easily available. And yeah, Mountain Culture are like my boys. Like, I love them. You'll definitely see a heap of their stuff on my channel. Not sure if there's many people around, but if so, where you're from and what you're drinking. Cheers, Mark, dude. How are you, brother? I'm just on a delightful Aussie beverage. So yeah, these guys are based in like the Blue Mountains, which is like sort of far west of Sydney. And they're considered, yeah, definitely one of our best breweries. They'd be like, there's probably like a group of about four of them, and they're like in that elite level. I actually buy their stuff every week. That's how much I love them. Where are they based, dude? Tirana. I love how Toronto people say their own city. It's so different. So yeah, it's like a sort of mid Saturday afternoon here. A lot of the English people are probably just getting up. A lot of the Americans are probably going to bed. But yeah, I started off the weekend just drinking like pretty average, like supermarket beers, and having something like this is so refreshing. When you get into craft beer and you get deep into it, it's hard to go back to your macros and your supermarket beers. I mean, this you can actually get in supermarkets, but it's definitely like a lot more pricey, and so it should be. We're actually getting some decent weather here. It's pretty cool. I went and chilled in the sun before for about half an hour. It was unreal. But the worst thing is like we don't get our summer's been a bit average this year. You'll get like one or two really good days, and then it just storms and it's absolute rubbish. Yeah, dude, I think that's the way to go. Like, especially with the cost of living these days, it's like you can't be drinking craft all the time. Like today, for example, I was just like, especially over Christmas and that, I've actually saved a bit of money because a lot of the craft breweries will sort of shut down over the Christmas period. So I haven't been making those same weekly purchases, and it's amazing how much money you save. It's like, wow, like, I feel like if I didn't drink beer, I'd be minted. But it's like a hobby, and I love it. And it gets you away from, yeah, when you're having a shit time. The only thing with this that sucks is it's a really small can. Look at that. What is that? See, I forgot to mention 5.2% ABV. But yeah, just the little cans, especially if it's like a light beer, they just go down so easy. And yeah, it's quite warm here, so woo. Cheers, dude. Good to see you. What are you drinking, Joshy boy? I've just been on Dirtbag stream before here. It's been pretty quiet on the tube tonight. Ooh. Hello. No doubt a hazy, like a double IPA. See, I've got like, it's sort of tough at the moment in the fridge. There's like different levels of stuff. I've got some absolute trash that's just smasher beers. And then I've got some like real hype, and it's like I don't know when to drink them. And it's, yeah, I don't have sort of much of that in between like I normally do. It's just, I think over Christmas it sort of thins out. There's a lot of shops don't have as much stuff, and the breweries aren't brewing. They sort of close down for a week or two. I've got a bit of stuff coming next week, but yeah, it's a bit quiet this week. I should have done a week of macro. Cheers, Shark. Good to see you again. You having a drink or what? Good hop combo there. This has barely touched the sides, boys. That's a good thing. So yeah, as far as the hops go, doesn't actually state on the can, but just from memory, I think it's Cashmere Centennial, maybe Citra, and I reckon it's either Mosaic or Galaxy. So yeah, that's why you're sort of getting that mix of like tropical and citrus with like a touch of that piney, grassy, resinous sort of thing. But yeah, if you're in Australia and you want to vote for your favourite beer, yeah, Gab's Hottest 100, go this bad boy because it's always solid. And if you get their advent calendar, you get a double version of this, and it's fucking outstanding. Salt and oak. How good is that page, Josh? I've been telling so many people about it. Like, so good. Just all the stereotypes and like dog friendly yoga. We've sold out of glassware, the cues, the food. It's just taking the piss out of the whole craft beer industry, and I'm all for it. Yeah, we need Joshy boy. We need a hat from both, like a Salt and Oak hat. We get the same hat or something. That'd be cool. Oh yeah. So, what is that? The beer you're drinking now, Mark? Has got those hops in it. Motorwek is sort of like it's almost like the new Citra. Like I feel like it was almost like Galaxy tried to come in and take over, and now like Motorwek is sort of that hop that's very popular. What have you been doing tonight, Joshy? I haven't seen you, brother. Coolio. So now I'm just like in in the back of my head, I'm just thinking, what do I go next? I've got a fresh bottle of bourbon there. I could go something else hot, or I could just go some more trash. Anyway, final thoughts on this bad boy. So yeah, as far as like core range stuff goes, I don't know. I just feel like in Australia you can't get much better than this. Like it's one of those beers you can go back to all the time. It's always available. You can get it in craft stores and some supermarkets. I mean, it's like as far as pricing goes in the craft game here, it's reasonably priced. Like a lot of foreigners and that, if they come to Australia, they'd think it's expensive, but our beers just on a whole are expensive because of taxes. But yeah, probably like it'd be about a 4.3 out of 5. It's definitely like if I could have like a heap of different beers in the fridge and just that one or two smashes, this would definitely be in there. And as far as mount culture goes, like they've been going now for a few years. I think this was the second beer they ever did. They did like I think it was a red double IPA was their first beer. Pretty cool beer to have as your first. And then this, and that's when like I met DJ at a festival in Melbourne where he come down with those two beers, and that's where I got this hat. And really good bloke, good team, good. They've got that sort of family feel. Like they're like he's American, his wife's Australian. They're in a country environment. Like they're really good people. They're really like they're charismatic too, very funny. Like with a lot of their social media presence and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this stream, and we might hang out somewhere else afterwards. So cheers, peeps.